Hi Seekers, welcome back to this week's episode of Scry with Me. I am happy to have you back here on our community channel. Let me just share with you, something I experienced before getting back home. Whenever I'm going to do these Scry with Me readings, it's essential that I go ground myself out in nature. So this means going to the creek, putting my feet in creek water, running creek water, or just going out into the woods and just walking around. So this time, I felt like my feet just intuitively led me to a certain area. And when I got to this area, which I haven't sat at in like almost a month, it's been a while since I've been to this certain area at the park, there was a turtle right there in front of me. And I ended up drawing it. Let me go ahead and show you guys before we get started on this reading. It was so beautiful. There's something significant about the turtle shell and the number of the little blocks on the back of on its back that have a lot to do with. Oh, don't tell me I lost it. Did I lose it? Found it. So here's the turtle that I saw. This was the mama turtle, supposedly, because by the time I was just about to leave that area, a baby little turtle was like going down the stream. It was so cute. And I went to go try and get it from under the brush, but you gotta be careful because they're snapping turtles, right? So I had like a little stick, and there's like the grass that's kind of waving on the side or the edge of the creek bed wall. And I put like the stick down there, and it like snapped at the stick, and I busted out laughing. I was like, man, that little dude has some punch. Well, anyway, I just found it funny because coincidentally, my Mayan day sign is, Kawak, which it's Noale, its animal, its spirit animal is the turtle. So turtle medicine has been popping up, especially today. And funny enough, yesterday was a Kawak day. So according to the Mayan day calendar. But yeah, so turtle. I'm actually going to list what the significance of the turtle means right here. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Maybe it's going to have some meaning for this reading. We'll see. So let's go ahead and dive into the reading. First message is one's own energy system. Okay, the second message for the Scry With Me reading. It must have a clear purpose and be performed with feeling. All right, the third and last message for the Scry With Me before we move on to the animal oracle to see what animal medicine may be coming up for you, as well as the Road to Nowhere oracle deck. And we might do some charms, okay? Here we go. Third, last message. Funny. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh my God. We just landed on, I don't know if you can see this, but right there where my thumb is at, it says coral reef. What else do you depict with a turtle, especially a sea turtle, other than a coral reef? Come on now. Come on now. So this is what it says. All right, you ready for this? It's very simple, really. The water shaman, Awal, felt something stirring in the waters of what some people call a coral reef. And he sent two of the seers of our village to go and find out what was going on. Now, isn't that funny, considering the fact that I was just talking about turtles, sea turtles, any type of turtle, really. I feel like subconsciously a lot of us are programmed to see turtles around like coral reefs in the sea turtles with really big old turtles. And it's funny too because a lot of like ancient Mesoamericans as well, they believe, with age, there's more life force within a person, right? With age comes wisdom, experience, and greater power. So I don't know why, but I'm like visualizing a really, really old turtle. And I feel like this is your soul. Like, you know, like, I don't know, considering the fact that I was saying water shaman, people who are reinitiated to be shamans in this current lifetime, maybe you feel you've been called to practice shamanism or shamanic practices in some sense, you know, the ancient ways. Um, you're very much like an old turtle, right? The soul of an old turtle, the expansive life force, you know, wisdom embedded within your DNA. I'm definitely seeing that. So let's go ahead and pull some charms, and then we'll go ahead and move into the oracle, okay? For the characters. Any messages, any charms. Butterfly. I also was seeing a lot of yellow butterflies, so you might be, if you've been seeing yellow butterflies as well, this might be for you. This message might just be for you. Okay, next we have, whoa, it fell on the ground. That was a mermaid. Mermaid. All right, since the mermaid wants to make a presence known, we have Two of Hearts. Two of Hearts. Maybe we'll hold on. Oh. Oh my god, that's crazy. A turtle. A freaking turtle. You look like Squirt from Finding Nemo. Literally, like, and the only, look, okay. I'm also gonna say this too. So before the baby turtle came out, I was actually singing this out loud, just to Mother Nature. I was like, Pacha, Mama, Pacha, Mama, hey, Pacha, Mama. And that's when the little baby turtle was just going across the water all chill. I was like, oh, my baby. So, yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so whenever I think of mermaids, I think of motherly energy, of course. I don't know why. That's just my personal interpretation. It may mean something different for you. When I see butterflies, I think of transformation, metamorphosis, Two of Hearts, connection, family, love, turtle, slowly but surely. Yeah, slowly but surely. Maybe you're in the process of remothering yourself, right? You know, doing some shadow work healing. You know, considering that we have, you know, the water shaman here, a lot of your path has to do with emotional healing because the water, emotions, right? It must have clear purpose and be performed with feeling. Yeah, so I mean, one's own energy system. A lot of your path has been affected or influenced through, like, I feel like your nervous system for some reason. Maybe you dealt like with a lot of anxiety, especially a lot of anxiety and hot flashes. Let's go ahead and get into the oracle, okay? All right, are there any nawales, any spirit animals that want to come forth for this reading? Any messages at all? Any animals that want to come forth and share their wisdom? We are open to receiving your wisdom. Oh, let's see what that was. Fish. This is the card. So, symbolism, feminine energy, right? With the motherly energy we saw with the mermaid charm. Fertility and abundance. The fish is a sacred symbol to many peoples as assumed to form deities and other supernatural beings. As a creature of the water, it is associated with the feminine life-giving energies and is often a character in creation myths. The trio, a tribe from the tropical rainforest of Brazil, tells the story of Braparara, a fisherman who is visited by a spirit woman that rises from the body of his fish. The spirit woman shows him how to cultivate plants and how to cook them. The Pek Indians of Honduras, the nine-eyed mermaid, here we go, confirmation again, mermaid. The nine-eyed mermaid, Serena, is the mother of all fish. The Pek people would have special ceremonies before fishing to ask Serena for permission to take some of her offspring. In the painting, the head of a woman is framed within the body of a fish, emphasizing the feminine aspects of this animal spirit. We have swan. Here's swan. Symbolism, transformation, loss of innocence, and beauty. This painting of a swan maiden represents a common motif found in the mythologies and folktales of many cultures around the globe, from a Native American standpoint to Slavic. Although the story varies from place to place, the basic plot is the same. A young man finds a feathered robe or skin of a swan maiden, a goddess-like creature, which she has temporarily shed to assume human form. Although the youth attempts to hide the feathers from the maiden, which would allow him to possess her, the swan finds its feathers, assumes its animal form, and leaves the youth. The lost swan thus symbolizes the departure of youthful innocence and the passage to maturity. So you're definitely going through some sort of spiritual maturity right now, especially in the feminine essence, being a part of the water shamanic practices you've been taking part in naturally, In some versions of the story, the swan dies. In Greek mythology, the swan song is a beautiful song sung by a swan just before death. So I feel like you've had a lot to tell, especially along your transformation journey, because we have, butterfly signifying transformation. Transformation is also death, right? So when the swan dies, it sings. What story do you have to tell? What story do you have to tell through your transformation? A seahorse, okay? Strength, guidance, transformation, and feminine energy. The seahorse is a symbol of power. It has frequently appeared in the coats of arms of European nobles and associated with valor and bravery. It was a steed of the Greek god Neptune, or Poseidon, the ruler of the sea. Neptune was frequently depicted amid huge curling waves in a chariot pulled by great seahorses. The seahorse's ability to negotiate the rolling seas and tides, a symbol of physical and spiritual transformation, signifies its role as a guide in times of change. So that's what I feel like. That's exactly what I feel like. A lot of your practices, a lot of what you've been experiencing is preparing you to be a guide. If not in this life, in another life, in a spiritual form, guiding over others. Because of its curving form, association with water, the seahorse is imbued with feminine energy. Here we go with feminine energy again. This feminine aspect is emphasized in the painting, which shows a woman's shapely form within the creature's body. Too cool. Okay, let's see what messages are here. Any more messages to close out this reading? For this week's Scry With Me reading, one's in the energy system. Let's have a clear purpose to be performed with feeling. Very simple. Water shaman. Any messages? Turtle. Okay. Progression. I think we're only going to pull one card considering I'm running out of time on my phone. So let's see. Progression. Look back. Do you see how much your past self has evolved? Please give yourself credit. This is basically what this card is saying. Everything difficult you have endured has not gone to waste. In fact, it has helped chisel and shape you into a more adaptable and advanced version of yourself. You still have the skills from the past that serve you. Now, what is left makes space for more useful artistry. And you know what? That's true, because if you think about water, water does form things on the earth, right? We wouldn't have the Grand Canyon. We wouldn't have different rock structures along cliffs, along the ocean. We wouldn't have certain structures if it wasn't for water making its form. So we wouldn't be ourselves if it wasn't for the emotional impact of water in our lives, right? To shape who we currently are. So, yeah, you know what? One more. Now I'm running out of time, but channeling. Let's see. This is card 53. This is about using your human body, right? One's own energy system, as we got in the Scry With Me message, to receive communications from angels, spirits, animals, or non-physical entities. A channeler, is essentially someone that acts as a translator between the divine and, the current existing life. An archetypal example would be Jesus in the Christian religion. His human body is used to convey the messages of the Christian God. You have the capacity to receive otherworldly knowledge and translate the world around you. Through animal medicine, through water healing, through energy work. Definitely see you on that path. So yeah, this is your message for this week's Scry With Me reading. I hope that you are pleased with this reading. If you have enjoyed this free reading, I am open to donations. If not, it's cool. I'm not pressing that on you. I'm also open. I have bookings available for readings. So if you want a private reading, something more personal, I can also do that for you too. Okay? You take care, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.